Ladies and gentlemen, yes, this is your favorite show, Sports Unfolded, with your favorite hosts, Eric and Ron.
Hey, sports fans! Welcome to the best sports podcast on the planet, Sports Unfolded, where we cover all of the top weekly sports stories going on today. I am your host, Eric. My main man right over there, Ron. The big dog in the house on the other side. How are you gentlemen tonight?
Doing quite well. I'm ready to go. Oh my God, there's so much going on this week. It's ridiculous.
It is an unbelievable week. A lot has happened, a lot to talk about. We're going to have a lot of fun tonight. If you are joining us live, please utilize the chat. Make sure that you let us know what you want to talk about. Kenny having some technical difficulties. He's back. And let us know what you want us to talk about. We'll talk about anything other than politics and religion. So more than welcome to talk about anything tonight as well. And if you have some sports ideas or sports thoughts as we're talking, let us know what you think about our content and what you want to do. And later on in the show, we'll tell you all the amazing ways you can like, share, follow our show, and help donate and sponsor to help us continue to grow. Gentlemen, we got to start off with, I know, Ron's favorite person, LeBron James and the Los Angeles Lakers, because I guess I'm going to phrase it that way going forward, have drafted Bronny James, not LeBronny James, Bronny James, and he is now a Los Angeles Laker. Did LeBron basically force the Lakers to make this pick?
I think he did. You know, it's sort of like what LeBron James is doing to Kenny's connection. You know, just forcing a bad thing down your throat, right?
Interesting way to put it, but okay. It's going to be a real interesting show tonight. I can feel it.
This is all LeBron James.
Oh, without a doubt.
LeBron James because, you know, he's King James, blah, 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 right? So they want to keep him. So what do they have to do to keep him? Give him his coach and give him his son. That's what they got to do.
Yeah, I look at it this way. Let's continue to feed into this man's ego. So now he will be recognized as the first father-son duo to play on the same team. So, of course, this man, it's all about titles. It's all about him having some kind of, he's the number one scorer ever in the NBA, right? Like, he's got to have all these different titles. Now, first father-son duo to play on the same team. Clearly, this is a LeBron thing.
Yeah, and to be honest with you, if I was the team drafting before Lakers picked him, I would have drafted him just for spite, just to see what you can get from the Lakers.
I mean, 55th. He was 55th. Nobody wanted him. He wasn't getting drafted. He was not going to be drafted.
No.
Kenny, do you believe LeBron, why do I keep calling him Bronny James belongs in the NBA?
Yes and no. At this time, no. He should go to the G League, get more talented. But let's just say that they threw LeBron a bone, okay? I'm anti-LeBron, but he has done so much for the league. He's a great ambassador. He's done so much for that Laker organization, so they had to give him what he wanted.
Okay, so Kenny, let me ask you this question. 4.8 points, 2.8 rebounds, 2.1 assists in 25 games. He shot 36.6% from the field, 26.7% from three, and 67.6%
That's awful.
From the free throw line. The kid's stats are horrible. And I understand, listen, medically, he had some things, and I get that part of it. He is not ready for the NBA. This is clearly a publicity stunt by the Lakers and by LeBron James to, again, give them a reason to be a spotlight in the NBA, because LeBron James' team is not going to the finals. The Lakers have been stagnant for the last 2 years, and this was a way to continue to keep them relevant. Now that the Boston Celtics have now surpassed them as the top team in championships.
Oh yes, most definitely. Most definitely. That's why he should go to the G League, develop there, have him come in and see how much better he got. But that's not the case. The case is he has no two-way contract. So he's going to play with his father this year or next season.
Let me ask a question. What do you think JJ Redick's thinking right now?
Oh God, what a mistake he made. That's a circus over there. It's a circus. And no matter where LeBron goes, he brings the circus with him. So he travels the country looking for a place to play and brings everybody down with them. You know, it's like a giant family.
And I would say this too. I think, Kenny, you said something earlier, but the Lakers needed some other talent. They struggled last year with depth on their bench, right? Other than him and Anthony Davis, there was a lot of question marks of the guys around him. How does this help the Lakers get better? That's where you know this was not a good move, because you can't sit back and go, all right, makes sense. They needed a 6'2" guard who can shoot. He can't do that. They need a perimeter shooter. He can't do that. Maybe they just need a guy that can slash and drive and put up some points. He can't do that.
No.
You know, the only thing missing, instead of a bus, they should have a clown car over there.
I like it.
I mean, look, like you said, Eric, he can't shoot from three. What was it, 27% from 3-point range?
26.7, Ron.
I don't give him a ball. He never gets the ball on my team. Never gets it. He can carry a bucket, with a towel, in case anybody needs to wipe some sweat off of them.
Water boy. I will say this too. Think about, he only worked out for 2 teams. His agent basically fought. It was the Lakers and Phoenix.
Yep.
Like, who are you to make that decision? Usually you'll see that with a top 5 pick, because they're going to pretty much dictate where they want to go. How does a guy who got drafted 55th have that same clout? It's because of his last name.
Yeah.
Had nothing to do with his talent. I mean,
or
he took his
thereof.
Right. So I just listen. The Lakers are what they are now, and I'm so glad, because again, the Boston Celtics have once again proven that they are by far the far superior team. And last week, when I had my little technical difficulty, first of all, I want to tell both of you that you think you're smart. Okay. I heard all your comments and mate, you won this and blah, 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 blah. He quit. He didn't. Okay. This guy right here, okay, brings it every week.
He tapped out, Ron. He tapped out, Ron.
Every week. Thank you, Kenny. You remember, I watched it. It's okay, gentlemen. You want to go that route, that's fine. But I will say this. I am going to give you my final thought right now. Because my final thought last week was on Stephen A. Smith and the stupidity that came out of his mouth that the Los Angeles Lakers are a better organization because they've been to 32 champions. They had 32 championships. They've lost 15 of those. While the Boston Celtics have been to 22 and won 18 of them. You tell me what's more impressive. You've got, to your point, Ron, a clown show, Hollywood. Let's make it interesting.
Well, Smith isn't exactly a non-clown.
But I'm saying right now you've got a Hollywood movie, Ron. I'm going to see this on Hallmark, how my kid in high school got drafted to my pro team and we were able to play together in my final season. That's all this is. It's a crap show.
Yeah, no, I agree. Look, I thought it was stupid. I wanted somebody to draft him just for spite.
And then there was some garbage coming out that, if somebody else drafted him and he'd go to Australia. Good, I would have done it. Just to not have him in the league. Like, see you later. What are you doing, LeBron? Going to Australia too? Thank you. Take your talents to Melbourne. That's the only town in Australia I could think of. Sydney? I don't know. Sydney, Australia too. Very good, Ron. Kenny, do you have an Australian city?
Perth.
Crikey.
Perth.
See, he's got one.
Oh, very good. Very good. Proud of you. Proud of you, buddy. Proud of you. All right, gentlemen.
It's a tally.
Let us go ahead, Kenny.
So I got one thing.
You always do.
Sorry.
No, it's okay.
So it's the first father-son duo in the NBA.
Yeah.
You got to remember there were some other ones. The famous one that I know, Ken Griffey Sr. and Ken Griffey Jr.
Yes.
played on that Seattle team.
Yeah.
First father-son to hit a back-to-back home run.
Yeah, but do you know that Gordie Howe played with his sons?
2 of them, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I will say this. I don't know if Bronny's going to get to play with his dad anyway.
He might not hit the floor.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
So this could be first father son to be
will.
on the same team that never play with each other.
Oh, wait. No, but, it is his coach. So he's going to be in there.
They're going to be on podcasts, which is amazing. So I hope they nail that out of the park. Actually, I don't, because you know why? We have the best sports podcast on the planet.
Right.
Nobody else.
No, they're not going to have the best.
Nobody else. Gentlemen, great leadoff story. Great discussion. I cannot wait to continue our sports talk. Again, if you're joining us live, let us know in the chat what you want to talk about or what you think about Bronny James going to the Lakers. But we're going to talk some NFL as the mighty may have fallen. The NFL has been ordered to pay $4.7 billion, that is a B, dollars in damages for the Sunday ticket. Will it hurt the league?
Well, no, because now they're just going to charge more.
Well, the amazing thing, Ron, last year, so this, I guess, and I'm going to have to read it because so since the damages can triple under federal antitrust laws, the amount could be as much as $14.3 billion. The NFL in revenue last year, $12 billion. It's more than they made, which is actually crazy to think about. The lawsuit claimed the league broke antitrust laws by selling its package of Sunday games at an inflated price.
Right. I think what they were doing was the teams that when they play in at home, those are not part of the Sunday ticket in those areas. So they were still charging them for them. So therefore, every single team, when they had the home game, they were still charging them for those games.
Which should have been free. Subscribers obviously were limited to satellite providers, so you had to go and get DirecTV at the time. They made it very difficult. Obviously, the NFL's appealing. But I just think this could be the first real black eye for the NFL in Roger Goodell, because usually they win these things. This is big.
They make so much money. It's more like a I don't know, a little bruise.
Right,
not quite a black eye.
They're trying to sell to everybody, right? Prime now, right? So if you don't have Prime, you don't get those games.
Right.
And Yahoo.
What they'll just do, Eric,
or YouTube TV or whatever it is.
Next year, it's all going to be on pay-per-view. It's all going to be on pay-per-view.
Would you pay? Am I paying to watch a 4-13 Patriots team? Absolutely not.
No. This is look, we've seen it in so many companies, right? When they start buying up all the little companies, they're getting greedy and they're pricing themselves out is what they're doing. People aren't going to watch those Thursday night games anymore. People aren't going to pay, to get the Sunday ticket if, they're just going to keep raking everybody over the coals. You're pricing yourself out. So all of those people that are in inner cities, they're not going to be watching the games.
And to your point, Ron, once people get out there and they'll be like, wait a minute, they charge me extra for games I could have watched for free. They may not sign up again for these packages, just feeling, slighted, like there's something happened. Kenny, jump in anytime, buddy.
So a couple of days ago, I wanted to watch a WNBA game. So I'm thinking, okay, ESPN, ESPN2, TNT, you know what I'm saying? So I'm looking for it. And I remember what Ron said. He said, Pretty soon, you'll have to download the app. You got to pay this, you got to pay that, and then you'll be able to watch it. So I'm looking for it. It's on Prime. I don't have Prime. I don't want to pay for Prime. This is ridiculous. This lawsuit has been out since 2015, and it's just coming around.
Isn't that insane?
That's insane. That is insane. They charge $389 for the year. For the year. $72.99 a month. And how many games are in the NFL season? 12?
Back then it was 16.
It was 16, right? So if you do the math,
I'm not that quick.
Me neither. But that's way overpriced.
If we have a mathematician out there watching live, let us know.
Let us know. Yeah.
But you're right, Kenny. I mean, it got to a point, and it's funny because at one point I moved to Florida. My local team, obviously the Patriots, love the Patriots. I said I wasn't moving down there unless I could get DirecTV, get the package, right? And I had to pay for this. But Ron, you're right. When they played the Dolphins, I was still paying for that game. And it never correlated till you just said it now. They were charging people on games that they shouldn't have charged them on. And you think about it, that's at least 2 per season for the last, whatever it was, 12, 15 years, somewhere in there. It's insane.
Oh, yeah. You add up all these years. Oh, they're making out scot-free.
How do the owners react to this now, though? Because obviously Roger Goodell has been untouchable. That's where I say this could finally start to put some dam it in that dam, and we could start to see some leaks. Because if you look at everything that he's done, regardless if you're like, it didn't make sense, he kind of skated through. But now you're taking money out of their pocket.
Yeah.
That's different.
See, I mean, it comes out to like $23, per week.
Oh, look at my man.
For a game. So
I guarantee you
you're
the
watching
calculator.
your home
There was
team.
no way, Kenny.
You're basically paying $23 a week for your home team, and you should not be doing that. Now, you multiply that by however many people have done it, and then you got to look at it this way. New York, with 2 teams in New York City.
Yeah.
So they're getting, New Yorkers would charge $46 extra per game.
All right, Rain Man, calm down.
Yeah. Definitely too much.
Whoa, right.
Yeah.
$43. Man, you were just spitting it out tonight. I love it.
It's 23 and change. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Listen, I mean, we're laughing, but realistically, you're right. And again, this is an organization that made $12 billion. So you didn't need it. You found a loophole that finally somebody was like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
It just, why is this happening? It's on my local channel. I'm still paying for it.
Yeah.
So we'll see if the NFL survives. I'm sure they will, but I think it may come down and hurt them a little bit in the long run.
No, it's not going to hurt them at all. They're just going to charge more this season, and they'll raise all the ticket prices, and we'll pay for it.
We'll see. We'll see.
Really, the fan is paying for that fine.
Yeah, the fan is the biggest loser in this whole thing. So, gentlemen,
let me get this $14.3 billion out of the safe.
So normally I get to prep a little earlier on a Friday. Didn't have time. So you 2 gentlemen tonight are going to do our starting 5, and I'm just going to give you my opinion on it. So we are going to our starting 5.
Yeah, as soon as I find it.
Our starting 5 tonight. Athlete's name Stans instead of Stan or Stanley.
Stans and Stanleys.
Stans. Okay, I see what you did there. Stans and Stanleys. And you're going to give us
the Stanley
you're going to
Cup.
give us our top your starting five Stans or Stanleys. Kenny, you are first this week. You can give us your honorable mentions, and then we'll get into the list.
I can't wait for this one.
Oh.
Make it good, Kenny.
I have no honorable mentions.
What?
No,
all right, then. Hold on.
Good.
Time out. Wait.
Okay.
Ron, any honorable mentions?
Oh, of course I do, Eric. I mean, I would be no hack, if I put my honorable mentions in, and Stan Hack is one of them.
I knew it. See, you knew there was something coming. Stan Hack.
Stan Hack had over 2,100 hits in Major League Baseball.
You might be, Ron. You need to put that on TikTok right now. You might be as popular as the Hack 2 girl. You could do Stan Hack.
I mean, see, now you just did it. I could put that.
See, there we go. Hack
so
2.
I'll put it on Patreon so people can buy that video.
Let's do it, baby. Do you realize she made $65,000 in one day selling hats?
Yeah.
65,000, gentlemen. We are doing something wrong, but I am not doing anything. So go ahead.
You just did, so it's too late. Stan McCabe, honorable mention, almost made it.
Almost.
He is in the Cricket Hall of Fame in Australia and internationally. Cricket.
Love cricket. Can hear him every night outside my window.
So he had his top score in FC was 240. I don't know what that really means, but it was pretty good. But he's an honorable mention. And my last honorable mention is Stan Wawrinka. Yeah, who is he? He's a tennis player. He's still playing. He's still playing. He's currently number 98, though, now. But he was as high as number 3. And when you have Federer and Nadal in tennis at the same time, you're not going to be 1 or 2. You can only be 3. So he was there, but he's got 3 Grand Slam wins, and I thought it was good enough above some others to be put in the honorable mention.
Okay. All right. So here's the point where you're starting 5, gentlemen. Kenny, you're number 5.
My number 5 is Stan Smith, former number 1 tennis player in the world, 2-time Grand Slam champion, and spent 2 years coaching the Williams sisters.
Okay. All right. Little nugget there. Maybe a half a point for you on that one, Kenny.
Thank you.
Ron, number 5.
I actually have the same guy.
Hey, so it's a wash.
I have the same guy.
It's a wash right now.
So there we go. See, there was one guy better in tennis that was a Stan, and that was him.
Who do you got at 4, Kenny? Number 4.
I got Stan Musial, nicknamed Stan the Man, 22 years in baseball for St. Louis, 1941 and 1944, 1946 to 1963. Great hitter, hits 3,630, RBIs 1,951, games 3,026, at bat 10,972. It goes on and on.
How many games?
10,000. No, 3,026.
Okay. And he had over 3,000 hits?
Yeah. At bat, 10,972.
Oh, 10,000 at bats.
Yeah.
Okay.
Kenny, I hope you have players on there that I forgot.
He's going Stanley Morgan has got to be on as a Patriot fan, number 1.
All right. Number 4 for me, Stanley Ketchel, boxer. He was the Michigan Assassin. He died a champion, a middleweight champion. He was 51-7-3 and won no contest. He died at the age of 24. And let me tell you this 24. Story.
How many fights?
51 wins, 7 losses, and 3 draws. And he died at 24. You know how he died?
At 24.
He was murdered.
Wow.
On a ranch. and it was just a couple that tried to rob him.
Couldn't dodge that bullet.
No,
At number 3, what do we got?
I got to give you that one.
That was a good
good.
one.
Yeah.
I'm surprised the fans didn't laugh at that.
Kenny, who's your number 3?
Number 3, I got Stan Hack, one of his honorable mentions, nicknamed Smiling Stan. Played for the Chicago Bulls, third baseman. Wait for it. Battered 301 lifetime. Scored 100 runs 7 times. Hit 348 over 4 World Series. He is on base percentage 394. Was highest in the 20th century until some guy named Wade Boggs came around and messed it all up.
But Stan Hack had 1,500 less hits than Stan Musial.
Yeah, I know, but
He looks at different things differently.
Wait,
You're
He didn't win
right.
any championships.
You're
Wade
okay.
Boggs. Wade Boggs.
He beat Boggs. He's a Boggs guy.
Okay.
Who's 3, Ron? Who do you got at 3?
I have Stanley Morgan, number 3.
There we are. Hey!
Stanley Morgan, there was no way he wasn't going to be on this. Thank you. No, there's no way he wasn't going to be on here. Look, I mean, his numbers are fantastic, especially in that day and age, right? And especially with a crap quarterback.
How dare you?
I don't care.
Matt,
Go ahead.
Steve
Come at
Rogan was amazing.
No, he was not. He was
That little neck brace thing, iconic.
He
Iconic.
was terrible. 557 receptions, 10,000 plus yards, average 19.2 yards per catch. That's pretty damn good. If he only had a quarterback.
Can I say
72 touchdowns.
you finish?
4 Pro Bowls in his time. Look, Stanley Morgan was if he was somewhere where they had a team. Oh my god. Oh.
In my lifetime, 2 Patriots really got screwed.
Yeah.
Stanley Morgan being one of them because he was a phenomenal wide
Absolutely.
receiver. But because Jerry Rice was in the
Yep.
league, it kind of like, and Andre Tippett,
Andre
because of LT,
yes. Yep.
Andre Tippett, just nobody paid attention to him.
Yep.
That man was just, I wouldn't say just as good, but a very good linebacker.
Yeah, if you go to a different team at the time, you are an all-star,
Yeah.
Pro Bowler, Hall of Famer.
Yeah, Stanley Morgan, great pick. Ron, you might have moved ahead here. At 2, Kenny, who do you have?
I too have Stanley Morgan.
All right.
I mean, the fact that he has Stan Musial so well.
Stanley Morgan at 2.
No.
Ron, you're number 2.
All right, my number 2 is Stan Mikita. NHL player. This
I
guy
thought it
was
was a power tool.
No, this guy was great. Another player better than Sidney Crosby. 1396 points. Yes, exactly. 541 goals, 926 assists, 1,467 points, way more than a point per game. He was a plus 329, 84 game-winning goals, Hall of Famer, Stanley Cup champion, 8 All-Stars, 4 Art Ross for scoring, 2 Hart trophies, and 2 Lady Bings to his credit. This guy was a great player. And he led the league in scoring, more often than what Sidney did. And they tout Sidney Crosby as the top 5.
You got to let it go, man. You got to.
I'm not letting it go. I'm going to keep giving you people that are better. And Stan Mikita is one of them.
I cannot wait for Kenny's number 1 because I'm pretty sure I know Ron's.
I can't.
Kenny, number 1.
Number 1. Stan Van Gundy.
I think we got.
Look at the faces. Like
Wow.
what?
Are you
Coach,
serious?
Coach New Orleans Pelicans. Coach Detroit 2014, 2018. He coached the Heat 2003, 2005. Coached the Magic 2007, 2012. And led the Magic in 2009 to the finals. And you talk about someone who got screwed. This guy got screwed because of who? Because of who? He got screwed over. He got screwed over because he should have a championship with who? The Miami Heat. But no. Oh, no. You know who had to come from down? Oh, yeah, okay. I'll take over from here. Okay, all right.
Well, I don't doubt that, but he does not belong number one. Eric's
Ron,
speechless.
at number one, who do you have?
I have the guy that should be number one, Stan Musial. I mean, 3,600 hits, 475 home runs. I mean, he hit 331, which is also better than Stan Hack by a lot. 1,900 runs, 1,900 RBIs, Hall of Famer, 3 MVPs, 24 All-Stars. Hack had 5, by the way.
I will say this, Ron. I think I found our new promo. Kenny's list is Stan Hack. We are in. You cut that. You put it on TikTok, my friend. We are making thousands a day.
Look, I don't even need to do any more Stan Musial stats, but he did win 3 World Series, and he did have the batting title 7 times. 7-time batting champion.
I was going to do like a whole drum roll thing and who, Kenny. If I'm Ron right now, I'm just taking you right off the show. I'm just saying. First of all, it's got to be an athlete. Stan Van Gundy doesn't look like, never has been, never will be an athlete.
Well, he may be a bowler.
And I'm sure he doesn't do that well. I know he could hang on to people's feet and get dragged, a couple feet when he's trying to slow down people from fighting. I mean, he was pretty good at that. Maybe he's like a judo wrestler or something. Oh, that was his brother.
That was his brother.
Yeah.
That was his brother.
Guest referee.
That is very good. Gentlemen, we're great. Ron, great starting 5. Let's talk.
You should have seen your face, Eric. You was like,
what are we doing? What are we doing? What are we doing here? Listen, if you are live, please just blast Kenny right now because that was a Stan Hack list. But we are so excited. If you are joining us live, please join the chat. If you're listening to us on WDJY 99.1 FM in Dallas, Georgia, follow us every Friday night, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Rhode Island Broadcasting. We are live, fan interactive. Love to talk to you. Thank you for supporting us there. We're on every social media platform as well, YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, Twitter, Patreon now. You can help donate.
Yeah. Merch is going to come in.
As well, we've got a lot going on with Sports Unfolding, so continue. Check out Rhode Island Broadcasting as well. Some great programs on there. Lots to cover. Look at that. Oh, bringing it. I love it. Yeah, it's coming. Sports Unfolded coming to everywhere. Get ready. We are going to talk some NBA, though, gentlemen. And Kenny, you better not disappoint here. Okay? First off, the NBA, I don't know if anybody knows out there, because I'm sure many didn't know that the NBA draft happened recently. Now a 2-day event. I'm sure they racked up some viewerships this week. Who are some of the biggest winners and losers? I do want to start, though, with some of the biggest loser, and that was the fans, because I don't care. I didn't watch. And if all we're going to do is draft everybody from France, then why bother even putting in? I don't understand. They didn't take any. We don't even know 6 of the half of the time. Croissant. I mean, but half of the we are so getting banned after this one. But you.
Wait, we should add France to the
guess
discard list.
But I will say this, gentlemen, if you're going to promote, a global piece, then you should allow us to see these players prior to. I shouldn't be learning. I mean, Victor Wembanyama, they put on TV all the time. These kids, I don't even know who they are. But anyway, go ahead, gentlemen. Biggest winners and losers.
Well, obviously, France is the biggest loser because we just blasted them. You know, so Eric just lost all the Christmas cards from France. So,
Daddy.
but I mean, you would look, I think every team is ultimately the loser here because there really isn't anybody that stood out. And to me, that means that it's lack of talent. And I don't think anybody's really truly going to win because when you're drafting and Atlanta, what did it cost them to get him, right? I mean, you have the number 1 pick, and what do you get for it? Nothing really.
Pastry.
I mean, you got a guy that's going to come in. He might be okay, but he might not. It's a crapshoot.
It was such a weak draft, and I know Kenny, you follow it, but a little more with the basketball. But
there was two winners in my book.
But there was no like Victor Wembanyama last year. You were like everybody was just waiting.
Right.
Caitlin Clark, WNBA. Everybody was. We knew who was going to be number 1. There was such anticipation.
Right. And
this year it was like as they're drafting, you're going, who, why, what? But go ahead. Biggest winner, Lakers. Bronny James, 55th.
No.
What a steal!
Boston is the winner in this.
Wow.
Not only look, they won the championship, so they'll be happy to take that 30th pick, right? And to be honest with you, that 30th pick, they get a player that fits right into their system. That can only help. And he's going to have a bunch of guys that are going to be there, and he's going to come into a game, and he's going to feel okay about where he is.
Who was it?
I can't even think of his name right now.
Yeah, I don't know his name. I just
Baylor. The first name's Baylor. Last name.
There we go.
He's
NBA draft.
He's 6'2", small forward, can play the guard. Shot 49%.
Baylor Shireman.
Yeah, Baylor Shireman.
Who was that pick last year, Kenny, that you told me was going to be amazing?
Welsh.
Yeah, that worked out well. Okay. Yeah. And who else do you have?
They didn't give him time. They didn't give him no run.
There we go. He stunk. But anyway, go ahead.
And the other winner is Indiana. They didn't have a first-round pick. They got some 3 quality guys, to put on their roster that one of them, I believe, was supposed to be a first rounder, and he fell into the second round. But they got 3 guys that can fill up some holes, and I think one of them is bound to hit. One of them's
going to hit the hole.
Sure.
Well, I mean, they filled all their holes, you said.
But I do have some clear losers. I want to hear what
Kenny. Let's hear it, winner. Kenny, who do you got?
Thank you.
You're very welcome.
I tell you right now, the number 1 winner is the Rockets. They picked Reed Shepherd. He is just the best shooter.
Is that the kid from Kentucky?
Yes, best shooter in the draft. 6'2", can handle the ball. Shot 52%. 52%. In college. That is unbelievable. He is a pure shooter. So the Houston Rockets got lucky on that. The Blazers got a gift. Donovan Cling, how can he go that low? Blazers got a gift. Who else got a gift? The Grizzlies. They got a real gift.
Oh, yeah.
Grizzlies got a real gift. Zach Edey. Yep, Zach Edey. Real gift.
They are also a winner.
Should fit right into their system. And the loser, OKC.
We're not on. Okay, well,
sorry.
he went right to it. My man jumped off that plank right into the water. There's sharks in there, Kenny. Be careful. But OKC, the biggest loser, really?
Yeah, biggest loser, Nikola Topic. He's 18, 6'2", only shoots 30%.
Good work shooting in.
The knee injury is affecting him. He won't play until the next season. So it's just he's going to be sitting there recuperating all year
But
long.
they don't need him this year.
Yeah. They will.
Hey,
Did
Porzingis
they
is
win
going
the
to stick too.
championship? Did they
Porzingis
win
going
the
to.
championship?
No.
Do you think an
No,
18-year-old
because so
kid's
they
going to
do
matter?
need
But
him.
but they were-
18-year-old
do
kid's
need
going to
but-
help him.
but,
Come on.
but thank you. But they were the number one seed. They were number one seed.
I'm saying
So
they may
we'll
not need
see
it.
how this all played out, but I don't
This
see why
might
they
work
would
out for them. The kid gets a year off, gets healthy, starts to practice shooting, comes back. Kid shoots 45% next year.
We'll see.
Yeah, the year after Sacramento made the playoffs in a big splash.
There
Didn't work
we
out so
go.
well for them.
He's going to
They
ride
need
that wave
somebody.
as much as he can. Who's your losers, Ron?
My losers are Brooklyn, for one. They didn't even
Brooklyn?
have a pick. I mean, really? Is your team that good that you didn't feel a need to go out and
All
get
those
into the
yeah,
draft?
Harden, KD, Kyrie, they traded all their picks.
Right, I know. But I'm saying what they should have done, they should have tried to get in there and get a pick, at least something. Now you know they're going in with crap because that's what they went out with.
And I agree with Rob.
They are the biggest loser.
Yeah.
I will say this too. I agree with Kenny with Houston, and a lot of talk starting to surface about KD going there.
Yeah,
right.
That would ruin them.
I don't know. I mean,
Ruin them.
I like what they've done. I like what they've done.
You see what Coach Udoka did to the Celtics,
and
you give him a piece and some pieces around a piece.
Apparently, he had a piece in Boston.
Yeah, there it is.
I get
that might be the best one of the year.
Neil Long. I mean, come on. I mean, what? She's got to be real mean. She's got to be mean, bro. Kenny'd still go. Kenny, you want? Yeah, right? You would. No, Kenny.
Yeah.
Okay. He's like, yeah.
Well, he isn't dead.
He's like, yeah. She'd be mean to me all she wants.
Another loser I have is Charlotte Hornets. At that point, they gambled on a player. This is a franchise that needs a player that you know is going to do a job, right? But they gamble, and who knows what they get. They could get a great player, but they could get crap.
They get from the Celtics as the coach. They grabbed one of the Celtics assistant coaches, though. So
the assistant coach.
Yeah.
You had something else, Kenny?
Yeah. Oh, and the Nets, I agree with Ron because they get rid of Bridges. They get their second highest scorer.
That was a big move
to New York, which went down the street. So yeah, the Nets.
Yeah. No. Great point. Great point. One more NBA. Do you have another one?
I have Detroit as well. Detroit is just they don't know what they're doing.
We knew that.
Yeah, we knew that.
Like they can't even draft either.
No.
Ron, they're a mess. They hired a coach for 1 year. I mean, who does that?
And a good coach too.
Let's talk one more NBA story. Emmanuel Quickley got a 5-year, $175 million deal to stay with the Toronto Raptors. You like the signing?
Well, they needed to keep him, really. I don't know if he's worth that much money, but
I think he is. I think he when he came over in that deal with the Raptors, 18.6 points, 6.8 assists, 4.8 rebounds. He shot 42%, 39 from 3.
Yeah.
And he's an 84% free throw shooter. Yeah. And now Scotty Barnes, who's their best player, they're going to sign for 5 years. So now you keep the two of them for 5 years.
Yeah, I mean,
I remembered him. Go ahead.
That's what I mean by, if they have to keep the other pieces too.
Yeah.
If you just take him and you sign him and then you let Barnes go and all these other pieces go, then it doesn't make any sense. But if you start keeping some of these players that are really good, and then you can add to it, you might have something in this Eastern Conference.
I like him. I do. And listen, OG Anunoby may be leaving the Knicks. They don't know if they're going to be able to sign him.
Yeah.
Toronto made this deal, and they got Barrett out of it. Not that he's great, but they got Barrett quickly. I remember him with the Knicks. This kid come in and he can score 15 points in like 2 minutes. Like the kid's unreal.
Yeah.
So I like this move because I think Toronto's not saying, listen, they're not a championship team yet, but I think they've got good pieces now where they could say, look, we could start to get back into the playoffs and possibly make a run again.
All it takes really is one all-star to jump ship where they are and sign with Toronto. That's all it really takes. I mean, when you think about that, there's some players out there that are on shaky grounds with their team as it is. And Giannis is one of those guys. What happens if Toronto gets him?
Imagine that.
Yeah.
That would be a move. Huh?
Yeah.
That would be a move.
And we
Kenny,
can't forget that free agency starts tomorrow. And
Right.
we have a lot of free agents that don't know where to go. We have Paul George, Klay Thompson. Is he going to stay with the Warriors? Are they going to?
I don't think Klay stays. I think Paul George stays.
I don't. Yeah, I think Klay goes. The good spot for him is the Orlando Magic, where he got that young team and they all can shoot. And obviously, I hate to say it, but Philly.
Yeah, but I think Philly's looking for a piece that they know they can depend on. Listen, he did a lot of great things, but his career obviously is on the back end.
Yeah,
I don't think that would make sense
I'm not really
for Philly.
concerned about him.
I like the Orlando thing because I think you say, hey, young team, here's a veteran guy that, we're not expecting you to come in and be the man.
Mm-hmm.
Don't forget Paul George possibly going to the Warriors has been rumored as well because they'll still stay in California that way. Philadelphia, I've heard as well, but I don't see him coming to East Coast.
No.
So he either stays with the Clippers or he goes to Golden State. I know Golden State right now extended Chris Paul's bonus for one more day to try to work a trade in beforehand because otherwise they owe him $30 million. So imagine that, Chris Paul, $30 million still. Like, it's crazy deal they made. All right, gentlemen, great conversation there. Let's talk some Major League Baseball. Both Bryce Harper, Kyle Schwarber were injured in their last game. Do you think the Phillies slide because of these injuries?
It really depends on how long they're going to be out. I mean, we don't know anything yet.
Yeah, they're currently on a 10-day.
It is significant in the fact that it's two of their top guys. And if they're both going to be out, even if it's for a couple of weeks, which is a possibility, I mean, you got a hamstring problem with Harper and a groin problem with Schwarber. Schwarber's a big guy, so you really got to worry about that, I think, a little more than Harper, because that's something that could be extended for a long period of time for a big power hitter. That's all their power that is just gone from their bat, I think Harper, you probably give him a week and he's probably good to go.
Hammies though are tough because hammies are those injuries where, and I mean, he was running a first base.
The MRI.
Yeah,
because
those are those tough ones. I mean, Hopper, they were talking MVP right now. Again, 303, 87 hits, 58 ribbies. I mean, 20 home runs. But you think about this, gentlemen, I would be more concerned because Hopper really hasn't been able to stay healthy.
No.
Like, it seems like it's always something. He played 126 games last year, the year before, 99. Yeah. And then the year before that, I think it was 141. So, again, he's not playing full seasons. No. And here we go again. And he's too big of a – we saw when he was fully healthy and was in Philly's lineup, they won the World Series.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't have this guy. So, I agree with you. You're taking the big bat out with Schwarber. But I don't know if that affects him as much as Hopper because he's such a –
Oh, no. I'm not saying that by no means. I just think that with Schwarber, it could last longer. And so you're going to go – possibly you could go a month, even two, with a groin injury for a big bat. I mean, that's not an easy injury.
All I heard was big groin, Ron, big groin.
Of course.
Yes,
of course, that's all you heard.
Kenny's taking a sip now. Kenny's like, I don't want no part of this. Me along. Kenny, Philly slide?
No. It's you gotta realize that it's still a long season, long games. Rest is what they need. They will be okay. It's like you said, but Harper,
You get nervous.
Yeah, you get nervous.
Philly's currently 53-28, first in the NL East, 8 games ahead of the Braves.
Yeah.
So
that
I mean,
that gap could close.
Yeah, you think so? I don't know. The Braves are playing okay baseball, but they've obviously lose
Well, they
Acuna
lost
Jr.
Acuna, so
for the year. So Acuna Matata. So I am on fire tonight. I gotta say it. I mean, they're just coming hitting you hard like a groin. All right, gentlemen, great Major League Baseball conversation, but we're gonna have some fun with split decisions tonight. So our split decisions, we ask each other 2 more likely questions, and then we have to make a decision based on that. Kenny, you are first tonight.
Ooh.
I'm giving you the reins because you are kind of filling in for me, even though I'm here. As crazy as it sounds.
Crazy.
So, Kenny, why not your first split decision, Kenny?
So, the NBA draft was 2 days ago. So let's see. Is it more likely that Bronny wins the Rookie of the Year, or the Knicks make it to the Eastern Conference Finals?
Knicks make it to the East Conference Finals.
Knicks make it to the Eastern Conference Finals.
Kenny, you can't make it that easy, my friend.
That's easy. That's easy. It's
easy.
more likely for that to happen. I don't think that will happen.
You should have put. Is it more likely Bronny James gets cut? At least we would debate it a little bit, because then would they cut him?
They could make him an assistant coach.
Yeah.
Do you think LeBron gets like a cut from the GM part too?
Oh my God!
That they might be like, you know what, we got to pay him a little bit. He's basically designing a team. Ron, you're next.
Okay.
Go ahead, Kenny.
Now that they're co-workers, what does he call LeBron?
I don't know.
Mm.
Late for dinner.
Late for dinner?
Don't call him late for dinner.
Do you call him
Imagine
Dad?
Bronny though too.
Hey, Dad. Hey, Dad. What's going on, Dad? Hey, Dad.
Picture this,
Father.
Bro. Hey, we're going on the road. Do you know what happens on the road in the NBA?
Oh, hey.
What happens?
Hey.
Now, Bronny be like, my dad won't let me out of the hotel.
I got a curfew.
That's priceless.
And poor LeBron now, like his game's all done. He can't do nothing. Kid will tell his mother.
You know, the first thing I do if I'm Antonio is I bring a walker and leave it right by LeBron's locker. It's the first thing I do. Because now he's playing with his son. He needs that walker.
Oh, man.
What do you got for a split decision, Ron?
Okay, very similar to what Kenny had, minus the Bronny.
Okay.
I have, who is more likely to win Rookie of the Year? Alexander Sarr, Stefan Castle, Zach Edey, or Reed Shepard?
I'm going Reed Shepard. I agree with Kenny. I think that kid's going to shoot, and he's gonna put up some points. The NBA is a 3-point game now.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Kid can shoot. He's probably going to average double digits.
Yeah.
And I think the Rockets are going to be in the playoffs next year. So
I really wanted the Celtics to trade everything they have for this kid. Could you imagine him and double B in a backcourt?
Well, you said everything.
I mean, picks over years. Just
Celtics have like 10 picks we get for this kid. Oh, come on, Kenny.
Yeah.
All right, gentlemen. My split decision. More likely to win a title first. Connor McDavid, Joe Burrow, or Luka Doncic. All 3 have been to the finals now, and all 3 have lost.
I'm going to say Connor McDavid.
Canadians finally get it, like a Canadian team finally gets it done.
Well, I mean,
or he gets traded.
I truly think that they're a goaltender away. But they could lose Draisaitl this year. They could lose him. So, but I'm going to say Connor McDavid because he's that good.
Okay. Kenny?
I'm gonna say Luka because the Canadians haven't won in like 8 or 18 years, right?
93.
93, right? Yeah. So
Yeah, but nobody said that he had to
it's
stay
Luka.
in Edmonton.
That's what I'm saying. That's where I was going with that. I mean, he's
Yeah,
getting
you're
traded,
right.
Ron.
Yeah.
But you're going Luka.
Yeah,
Luka
yeah,
wins
one-
it first. So does that mean Boston can't continue to win? Or do you think it's going to be like Dallas is going to be that team to make a run now?
I just think it's so hard in the Western Conference that Luka's out of the equation.
See, I'm going to go with
the
the third round.
Burrow and McDavid.
I think Joe Burrow's got a real good shot this year.
I think he does too.
Oh.
Because honestly, this might be the last year that he has Higgins. He's got Chase.
Yeah.
I don't know. All right, Kenny, your second split decision.
So,
Will Bronny
Junior-
James get
the
grounded?
I'm sticking with the theme.
Okay, I like it.
A junior
And hack!
amateur, a junior amateur, Charlie Woods is ranked 38th in the junior amateur circuit.
Okay.
Okay. Is it more likely that he wins his first championship this year at the end of July, or Tiger renounces his retirement?
So Tiger retires, or his son wins a tournament.
Yeah.
Tiger
First.
retires.
What's more likely?
Wow. Yeah. What's more?
I'd say Tiger retires first.
Wow. Really?
I think I agree with Kenny. I think his son wins one first because Ron.
Oh, wait, he might want to play with his son.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. I was just going to say they would be the first father-son duo to play in a major together.
Yeah,
Wow.
so it is definitely his son.
Wow.
He's got to up LeBron now.
Yep.
So he's going to wait this out. So there's no way Charlie is going to win a tournament, a junior tournament, something, go up. The PGA is going to give him like this exemption rule, and Tiger and him can play in the Masters.
Wow.
So, yep.
Yeah,
That's
no, I
what
like
it
it.
is.
All right, Ron, your second split decision.
All right. Where am I? Okay. Who is more likely to get to 500 home runs first? Freddie Freeman, who has 12 home runs currently. He has 333, and he's 30.
I was like, he's got 12. Like, wait. Well, I don't think he's getting to 500.
Well, even if he did, it might be
So
that.
he's got three what?
So he's 333, and he's 34 years old.
Okay, 34 years old. Got
Paul Goldschmidt.
it. Goldschmidt.
He has 10 currently. He's at 350,
Okay,
and he's 36 years old.
36. Got it.
And then there's Mike Trout, who has 10 right now. This season, he's got 378, and he's 32 years old.
So
who gets to 500? Who's
Schmidt
more
has 10 now, you said? Right now, 10.
10.
So if he gets another 10 this season, puts him at 360, needs 2 more years.
Who knew we were going to need math this episode?
I'm going Trout. First, more likely to get
to 500. I mean,
you said 370. I'm thinking 478. Ooh, 500. I don't know if any of them are going to get to 500.
But who's more likely to do it?
Oof. Maybe.
Yeah, huh?
Oof. I don't think Freeman's going to hit 167 more home runs in his career. And then you're talking 150. There's no way, because that's 4 years. You do the math. That's like what? 40 something home runs. No, if I had to say, I'd say Trout just because of his age, but he doesn't play full seasons ever. Trout would be the most likely because of his age, but he'd have to play 8 years, and he has to average, 25 to 30 home runs to get there.
Yep.
So I'm going Trout, but I wouldn't put if you were asking me to put money down in Vegas, I'm gonna.
Oh, no, hell no.
I'm putting it in my pocket. I'm walking out of the casino, and I'm
That's
done.
right.
Peace.
Yep. Kenny, what do you think?
I'm with Eric. I gotta go Mike Trout. I'm with Eric. I gotta go Mike Trout.
Nobody has any faith in Freeman, huh?
Not at 34. I think that age is what, because I don't know if it's maybe he's got another 4 to 5 years. Do you see
Well,
Freeman
if he
playing
gets 30 a season,
4 years, 5 years, 40? That's 200.
if
Then
you
he'd
do
been
that
50.
for 6, he would have to do that for
Yeah,
5
that's what I'm
years
saying.
easily.
I don't see it. All right, gentlemen,
And
my
then you have,
my
Harper
last
next
split
season.
decision. Is it more likely that the Boston Red Sox, sorry, not the Celtics, the Boston Red Sox will be buyers, sellers, or stay packed before the trade deadline?
I think they're going to be sellers.
Currently in the wild card.
Yeah, I think they're going to be sellers. I think the plan for the Boston Brass is to sell off the big pieces.
Okay.
That's
Kenny?
what I think they're going to do.
I'm gonna say stay. If it's not broke, don't try to fix it. Don't try to don't.
It
try to
is
fix
broken. It's very
it.
broken.
It's
They're
very
in the
broke.
playoffs right now. If it ended,
Yeah, they're in the-
Yeah, but I
yeah.
mean, when you look around the league, I mean, it's just by default.
It's a long season. Long season. It's a long season.
all right. Very interesting. Good split decision, gentlemen. We are going to talk some NHL. So the Florida Panthers have won their first Stanley Cup in their franchise's history. The real question here is, and I can't wait to get into this with Ron, do you think Connor McDavid should have won the Conn Smythe Trophy, which is the best player in the playoffs? You need to do some splaining, Lucy, because I will say this, Ron. This is why people don't like hockey.
Okay, so here is the reason why.
Oh, here we go with this garbage.
Here's
Go
the
ahead.
reason why.
Yep. Go ahead.
10 minutes before the final game ends, and in this case, it was a game 7, so you don't know who's going to win. They have to vote on it 10 minutes before it ends. And it's
What are they
probably
sending
so they can
pigeons?
put the name on the trophy. That's
What
probably.
are they sending pigeons?
I don't know. But,
It takes that long.
but that's probably the reason.
Garbage.
But 10 minutes before the game ends, they have to vote. And in a case like this, when it goes to 7 games, you don't know who's going to win, and it comes out to whoever is the better player, right?
No, it comes out to who you want to market as
It
in the NHL.
should
That's what that came out
go
to.
to the winning team. It should
Exactly.
Go
And
right.
I'm going to tell you this:
the NHL gets this wrong.
They wanted to market Connor McDavid, so they made sure he was going to be the Conn Smythe winner. Yes, 42 points, phenomenal playoff series. Your team lost in the biggest game, in the biggest moment, and you were a big factor in them losing game 7.
Right. Yeah.
But yet you win a trophy for losing.
It should be to the winning team because that is where it is.
And I don't get it. Bobrovsky in the playoffs, 232 save percentage. Goals against. Like phenomenal. He was singly the reason they won that. And then he gives up 1 goal in game 7, and he doesn't get it. They wanted to market Connor McDavid. This was a ploy by the NHL to say, hey, look, our top guy got a trophy, even though, come on, man.
Right. And it goes back to that participation trophy, right?
And it's happened 6 times in the NHL.
And I don't blame McDavid for this.
I don't either, but I'm just saying.
You think he wanted it? He did not.
Of course not. You don't want to go out and you visit his ice after you just lost and be like, oh, here's your trophy. Yay. Like, nobody's going to cheer for you.
No, he didn't care at all. He didn't care at all. I don't even think he was there to accept the trophy. He was gone already.
I just don't understand it. I don't get why the NHL, you can't tell me with today's technology, they can't just say, hey, we're going to scribe it on there afterward. Like, who cares if it's on there right then and there?
Right. Just nobody sees it. Who sees it? Only the player. You don't think he cares that, oh, we're going to take it a few minutes after we present it to you and we're going to put your name on it. So while you're kissing the cup, we can put your name on it. Right?
Or in this case, sitting in the locker room because your
in
team
this
lost.
case, sitting in the locker room.
So
But
it's garbage.
if they put
This is
all
why
you have to
hockey
do is just
fails
say,
in America.
Okay, so if Edmonton wins, McDavid gets it. If Florida wins, Bobrovsky gets it, or Barkov, or whoever the hell they had. I mean, I would give it to Bobrovsky, but they dropped the ball. They
The
dropped the
puck.
ball.
They dropped the puck.
They
Ron.
dropped the puck.
You can't
on it.
drop a ball in hockey. My goodness. Kenny, you have any opinion on? No. The Boston Bruins, gentlemen, also traded Linus Ullmark. Did they get enough in return? And I'll let my Bruins guy go first, but I'm going to tell you something afterwards. Go ahead, Ron.
It's infuriating. It's infuriating because Markstrom garnered a first-round pick. Okay. That's fine. Goes to New Jersey. Should have traded him to Jersey because that would have been a better deal. You would have got a better pick. It would have been a better deal. But not only did they trade Ullmark for not much, you basically got a first-round pick in it, which is number 25, which is worse than what New Jersey would have done, or L.A., or anybody else. Or you could have waited until the Stanley Cup was over when Edmund would have came calling for him. But
I like it.
I
like it.
I don't like it. I don't like it.
Why not?
Well,
so let me ask you this. Boston put
go ahead.
Korpisalo, which again, he's a backup now, right? Again, he to your point, 21.
But he still get a high salary.
25% being paid by Ottawa.
Yep.
21, 26, and 4, 3.27 goals against, an 8.90 save percentage.
Yeah.
But again, you're not expecting him. You've put all your eggs in one basket because you've said from the postseason on that Jeremy Swayman is your guy. Yeah. You got to sign him. You needed to get back in the first round of a draft because you had no pick.
Absolutely.
So to me, they got what they needed. They got a veteran goaltender because they're still a contending team, Boston.
Yeah.
So your options were the kid in Providence, or get me a guy that's played in almost 50-something games. As a goaltender, I'd take that as a better option than hopefully getting a kid that hasn't played on the NHL level.
I think what they should have done was get a winger or a center iceman, and not the guy that they got instead.
Kenny, would you go lemon pepper? What's your wing flavor? What's your wing flavor, Kenny?
Oh, garlic parm.
Garlic parm, baby. Oh, I'm a garlic parm guy too. Mm-hmm. Boston should have got a garlic parm.
Yes, I would have accepted that.
Instead, they got a Korpisalo.
Rather than I don't have the problem with Korpisalo. I have the problem with the other player that is a center iceman that's going to probably take a job away from Patra or Beecher. And I'd rather have those two guys in my lineup over
this guy. You don't think Boston makes another move free agency?
They better, because now that's not the answer. That's a guy that you're just going to let go, basically. He scores 10 points a season. That's it.
All right. I don't know, gentlemen. I don't know. I liked it.
And now, not only do you not replace somebody that's going to be leaving, like a DeBrusque, I mean, you have a lot of work to do. You have a lot.
But you knew this was coming, Ron. And again, last year I think they overachieved.
No,
based on what they lost.
No,
based on what they lost. You don't think so?
No.
Okay. They had some key veteran guys.
I know they did.
Walk away.
Yeah.
And you okay. All right, gentlemen, it is time for pick and roll.
It's time for pick and roll.
All right, our pick and roll segment tonight. We are on episode 26. So we went back 26 years ago to the 1998 NBA draft, and we decided we're going to rank some of these NBA greats: Antoine Jameson, Vince Carter, Dirk Nowitzki, Paul Pierce, Rashad Lewis, and Mike Bibby. We are going to rank them from 6 to 1. Kenny, you are first tonight, so you can give us your list. I'm sure you're going to have Stan Hack on that list at number 1, but he is not eligible. Your pick and roll, Kenny.
All right. At 6, I have Rashad Lewis. At 5, Antoine Jameson. 4, Mike Bibby, the only one on this list who has a national championship. 3 is Vince Carter. Changed the dunk forever. Nastiest dunker. Paul Pierce, 2007-2008 NBA championship. And number 1 is Dirk Nowitzki.
Okay. All right.
I'm actually surprised.
Let's see. Ron, what is your pick and roll?
All right. I actually put Mike Bibby at number 6. Just didn't have enough of anything to overtake somebody else. I know he was really close with Rashard Lewis, but Rashard Lewis actually won some hardware, getting 2 All-Stars and a championship, and that put Lewis ahead of Bibby in my book. So I had Rashard Lewis at number 5, 14.9 points, while Bibby had 14.7. Close, but the hardware gave him the edge. Number 4, I have Antoine Jameson, and I'll tell you, I was close on putting him at number 3. I was close. I still think he might actually be better, but he doesn't have the hardware to show it. So Antoine Jameson, 18.5 points, 7.5 boards, 1.6 assists, 2 All-Stars, and a 6th man. It fell short because of that hardware. Number 3, Vince Carter, 16.7 points, 4.3 boards, 3.1 assists. The numbers aren't as good as Jameson, but 8 All-Stars, 2 All-NBA, a Hall of Famer, and Rookie of the Year. Those All-Stars just were too much for me to pull the trigger on it. And, so Vince Carter, number 3. Number 2, I have Paul Pierce as well. Kenny got that right. 19.7 points, 5.6 boards, and 3.5 assists. 10 All-Stars. Doesn't compare to Dirk's 14. He has 4 All-NBA. Dirk has 12. Both of them are Hall of Famers. They both won 1 championship. Both won Finals MVP. But Dirk also won MVP and put him ahead at number 1.
All right. Pretty similar. 3 through 1, we're identical, all 3 of us. Vince, Paul, and then Nowitzki. I will say this, though. And Ron, you always blow my mind when we do these. Because you're like, championships, they matter, blah, blah, blah. So I had Bibby at 6, which you had. But then I had Jameson, who, again, I agree, has better numbers overall. Yeah. But 2 All-Stars kind of wash.
No, I was contemplating that.
And then the championship, I gave him a nod because against, at least he won a trophy. I went, and then again, Carter, I agree with you, Kenny, the dunk contest and what he meant. And the reason why Vince Carter's numbers stink, and I wouldn't say they stink, but they're lower because he played so long. If he had retired 5 years earlier, the guy would have averaged probably 25 points a game. So that kind of hurt him a little bit. But yeah, Paul Pierce, Dirk Nowitzki. I still think one of the best trophies ever was the Dirk Nowitzki one outside of Dallas, where he's kind of got that fadeaway jumper thing going, where he's kind of leaning back, because that was just signature. Like, you can't copy that at all.
Yeah.
But Dirk, what a great player, man. 12 All-NBAs too, which blew my mind. I didn't realize.
That's saying something. I mean, when you think about it, he was a big man, right? And here he is taking threes. I want to say, everybody gives Stephen Curry credit for changing the game. But I think it's Dirk Nowitzki that really changed the game. Because now you've got the big guys taking
6'10",
threes.
right?
He
Yeah,
changed
6'10". Yeah, 6'10". You got that, man. You nailed that one. 6'10" guys, like nobody thought about them, outside the 3-point line,
Right.
and what he was able to bring. Great point, Ron. You might be the new basketball guy. Wow. That is a slap, gentlemen. I will say this. What a horrible
Hey, I'm
week.
no hack.
Hey, no hack. You're not living that one down for a while, Kenny. It is time for predictions, gentlemen, and I don't even know if we want to bring them up anymore. Kenny at least went 500. It's getting ugly. It's been a rough go here for the last few weeks.
But I did gain one on you.
You did. I'm at 107 and 78. Ron 103 and 87. Kenny coming in at 56 and 47. 3-3 last week. So some not very good numbers, but we're gonna have some fun tonight and see if we can get back on track. Yeah. So first game, we have Major League Baseball, the Minnesota Twins at the Seattle Mariners. That is on 6/28. Starts tonight. 3-game set. Who do you got?
Who goes first? Me or Kenny?
Technically, Kenny.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Kenny.
I'm going the Twins.
Minnesota. Got it. All right.
I'm going Seattle.
Minnesota.
I went Seattle as well. Went the home team here. Also starting tonight, Cleveland Guardians at the Kansas City Royals.
Yeah.
Ron, who do you got?
Let me see. Cleveland at Kansas City. I am gonna go Cleveland.
I went Cleveland as well. Kenny, who do you have?
Cleveland as well.
Kenny went Cleveland as well.
Clean sweep.
Major League Soccer. You got the Charlotte Football Club at the Houston Dynamo. That is on the 29th tomorrow. Kenny, who do you have?
I got Houston.
Kenny's got Houston. Ron?
Houston, we have a problem.
Hey, it's pretty good. I'm going Ime as well. A Duca in the house. Dynamo.
Doesn't it sound like a Russian team?
It sounds like a drain cleaner. Also tomorrow, I know, but it could be a Dynamo.
Yeah.
You got the Colorado Rapids at the LA Football Club. What do you got, Ron?
It's a hard one, I know.
I'm going to go LA Football Club, even though in my heart I think it's going to be a tie. But I'm going to go LA.
Honey?
Colorado.
I went LA as well. So far, me and you, Ron, tied. July 1st, believe it or not, July 1st already. Holy cow, guys. We got like five more months. The year's over. Crazy. Connecticut, WNBA action. Connecticut Sun at the Phoenix Mercury. Kenny, download that app because you might want to watch this game. What do you have?
I know, right? I know. I might want to. I got Connecticut Suns.
Kenny went Connecticut.
Wait, there's more than one?
There's multiple Suns, yes.
Yeah, but isn't it just Sun? It's the Connecticut Sun.
It is, but it's okay. Let Kenny have his moments.
Connecticut Suns.
Sun.
Sun?
No, yeah.
It's the Phoenix Suns and Connecticut Sun.
That's bogus.
Hey, they're going. It's one Sun. We got one Sun.
Yeah, only one Sun. I'm going the Sun now. Here comes the Sun. We can't sing it. We don't have the rights for that.
I went I cut. So I went Connecticut. That's how I remember how to spell it.
That's how everybody remembers how to spell it.
Isn't it crazy? And I live here. I can't even spell my own state. July 2nd, you got the Minnesota Lynx at the New York Liberty. Ron, who do you have?
I'm going Liberty.
I'll give you death?
Right.
Okay. Kenny.
I got to go with the Lynx on this one.
Ooh, Minnesota. I like it. Very good, Kenny. I went New York as well. See a theme here, Ron?
Yeah.
See a theme here?
I see a theme.
I'm going to assume 629 UFC Alex Pereira versus Yari Pachetka.
Oh, I love that you can't pronounce his name.
Is it Pachetka? Pachetka?
Prochaska?
Buchatska? Kenny, who do you got?
I got Yuri.
You got Yuri? Okay.
I got Yuri.
Ron?
I'm going Yuri as well.
Ron
Yeah.
went Yuri.
Yeah.
I went Alex because I couldn't.
I know.
No, that's not why. I don't know.
Is
I'm
he
not a
Portuguese?
UFC guy. Yeah, is he? Is
I don't
Pereira? Is he? I'd take him. I mean, it sounds Portuguese. Even more reason if he
I
is.
think he's from Brazil, isn't he?
He may
He's
be.
got to be.
Also, Sunday, 6:30.
Oh, shoot. I forgot about that. Hold on. Let me look this up.
The Alley 400 in Nashville. We need a top 5 driver. Kenny, are you picking some NASCAR? Or are you still out? You have a guy?
Yep. I'm going Christopher Bell.
Okay. All right, Kenny. Kenny's in the NASCAR. Ron, do you? I'm going Kyle Larson. Kyle Larson.
I'm going to go Denny Hamlin.
Denny Hamlin. That is our prediction segment, gentlemen. We will obviously give our results next week. If you ever want to join us live, you could get your name on our prediction chart and see if you can beat us at our picks. The last 3 weeks, you probably could have. Ron, before we get into our final thoughts and tell all the wonderful people our what's on our mind, we want to know how they can get their name on this banner right above me and be a sponsor of our show. The floor is yours.
It's simple, Eric. All you have to do is just give us an email at ribroadcasting@media. No. It's apparently
It's
not
that easy,
simple.
people. That easy.
Not that simple. So let's try this again, Eric. You can send us an email at ribroadcasting.media@gmail.com. It's almost simple. It's almost simple. And it costs less than going to your local coffee shop and getting a large iced coffee with a cinnamon twist.
Ooh, we went a little cinnamon twist, a little edge. Is that for the French NBA players that are out there?
That is for the French NBA
very
players.
nice, very nice, very nice.
The twist, not the roll.
I got
The
you.
twist.
I got you. You know, I like it. Yeah, very good. Very good. Kenny, your final thought.
My final thought is the NBA draft. Okay. All right. Especially the second round. Now, I was reminded of a story that you told Eric a couple of years ago. You was going to the movie. You was going to the movies to see Endgame. Right? You was going to see Endgame with a family member.
Yeah.
And everybody was trying to tell you about what happens, but you said, no, I don't want to know what happens. I don't know what happens. I don't want to know what happens. I don't know what happens. You get to the movie theater. Okay. All right. I think you're in line. This lady comes out with a Iron Man t-shirt on. She starts to bawl and she starts to cry. And then you say, God dang. You think, oh no. Oh,
Ruined it.
No.
Ruined the movie.
Ruined it. That's how
I knew the end game.
Exactly. And that's how I felt the second round. I'm thinking, okay, LeBron's getting picked now. All right, he's going to get picked now. He's going to the Phoenix. Wait a minute. He's going to the LA Lakers. He's going to the LA Lakers. What is that? Build up. Hype for nothing. We got to do better. We got to do better. We got to do better. I knew it was gonna happen. I knew it was gonna happen.
I know. I think we all did. We knew the end game.
Yeah.
Very good, Kenny. Very good. I like the way you kind of, put that all together. No, that was
good, Kenny.
That was very good. All right, my final thought. I'm thinking, you get Bird, Magic, right? You had Jordan versus the Bad Boys. Kobe versus Pierce. How about Clark versus Reese? If the WNBA is smart right now, there is such a market for these two players because we know they don't like each other, right? And Caitlin Clark kind of plays the lesser of the two. Angel Reese, the villain. Caitlin Clark keeps to herself, doesn't want to say the wrong thing, but they're getting more views, more people in the stands, especially for their games. If the WNBA is smart, like Kenny said, that's a game you put on ESPN on a Thursday night or whatever it is, just to get people to watch and then realize like there's that rivalry happening, that for the next 10 years they can ride this thing and start to really make some money. And I love what you said earlier, Kenny, right? It shouldn't be something you have to pay for, especially in a league right now that hasn't generated enough for you to interest for you to do that. So if the WNBA is fine, use this rivalry like you did Bird Magic, because that's what ultimately really started to get the NBA to another level. And it's the same scenario. If you think about it, they played each other in college 2 years in a row. Reese beat her the first year. Caitlin Clark beat her the second year. So it's everything seems the same. And how they don't market that better blows my mind. I think they're playing again in the next week or so, and nobody cares. Like, they're not really advertising it the way they should. We do, because Sports Unfolded cares about everything that happens in the sports world. I want to thank you both, gentlemen, tonight for an amazing show. What a fun show tonight.
Ron doesn't get a final thought?
Did you not? Did I skip you?
Yes, you did.
Oh, man. I want to thank you for an amazing show that Ron's going to finish us off with his final
That's it.
thought.
You're out of here.
Ron, I really thought we were just doing a participation thing for you tonight. Thank you for being here. You got a trophy, and you move on. Ron, I apologize. Your final thought.
Now I forgot it. Oh. All right. So NBA season done, right? Draft done. This weekend, NHL draft. After that, done. What's left? Baseball? We're talking baseball? No. Sorry. July is Olympics. It's Olympics. So all these players with these hopes and dreams. I can't wait for the stories that come out for the Olympics. To me, all the Olympians in every single country are winners because they give you a spectacle that is just beyond anything, that you can imagine, because you never know what stories come out of this. You don't know the backgrounds of all these players until they start making a name for themselves. And I cannot wait for that opening ceremony. And I'm looking forward to the Olympics.
Right. Such a great event worldwide. So, and again, from the sports standpoint, it just, you find out all these athletes and their great stories. So great final thought, Ron. Great final thought.
Great final thought, Ron.
It is time for us to end our show, but I do want to thank everybody that's joined us live tonight. I want to thank everybody that's going to watch us afterwards. Like, share, follow our show. Let us know what you think. Follow Sports Unfolded. Merch coming soon as well.
Oh, it's already here.
So we're really excited about that. We are on all social media platforms, so check us out. Like, share, follow us as well. I want to thank Kenny for filling in. I mean, you're not me, Kenny, but you're pretty close. You're pretty good. I mean, Ron is the true hack, but it's all right, Kenny. You did all right tonight.
All the fans of Sports Unfolded know.
They know. I will see you next Friday night, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We are live every Friday night on Rhode Island Broadcasting, so make sure you check us out. All we ever ask for every single show is that we get peace on earth.
Have a great night, everybody.